7 years ago, and I listened to her vision, and we became good friends, and I believed in it all that time as this has progressed to this point this evening. Can you see that? Community Connection Place, a community center project for University Place. And that's the actual address, and if you haven't seen some of our posters that we put up, that address is where everybody probably knows where that is. It's the that site where there's 3 vacant duplexes that have been there forever. There used to be Columbia Bank, so 43rd heading north used to be the Columbia Bank, then that vacant property, and then Roback's property. There we go. This is that property right there. That's the, I just remembered as the Columbia Bank a long time ago. But we looked at that property a couple years ago when we were working on this program with Sheila, and it felt really good that there should be something there besides those duplexes that are run down. So this area right here this is the site plan that we've come up with, we've worked on. I want to let you know too real quick before I turn the time over to Sean as far as the design and that. We've done some due diligence on this property already. And we've met with the city, we've had a technical review committee meeting showing them what we want to do with our site plan. And they're excited about it, as are we. We've also had a survey done. Everything looks good. We've had a soils report. A geotechnical engineer has produced a report for this site, and that looks good as well. And Sean can talk a little bit about it, but we started out first with this community center that you'll see a picture of it, but as you go around you can see more of them. There's conceptual designs there in the program. The thing that we're going to have to do is the city is requiring that we put in a new road along the north side of this property that abuts Roback's property. And this will eventually, this eventually will turn and head north and connect with the roundabout at Drexler. And that's the idea as far as the traffic. So Sean can talk a little bit about the flow in these 2 buildings, and I'll see if I can operate the computer.
Thank you, Gary. So as Gary said, there are a couple phases that are going to go on in this project, the first of which is what we refer to as the community center. And that's this building right here. It's approximately 41,000 square foot community center on 3 floors with a basement. And the second phase is the sports complex, which has been envisioned to house an indoor soccer arena. And if we go on to the next slide, you'll see some of the, just forward arrow. Okay, so this is one of the renderings that we've produced to give an idea of what we're looking to put on the site. This is what will house a lot of the program elements that are for the youth and for the community. It feels a lot like the Northwest. We've got heavy timbers, we've got kind of a siding feel, but we also wanted to bring it a little bit more modern and look like a place that's exciting, that kids want to go to, that they want to be a part of. So the program elements that we're dealing with, this has been based on some meetings that we've had with Sheila and the board. An early achievers program, before and after school programs, the community center itself, a teen activity center, of course always administrative spaces, and some tenant improvement spaces that we're hoping to get some pediatric care or some of the community health services that University Place needs for the youth. And the next slide is going to illustrate where those fit in. If you see here on the bottom level, right here. This is our basement, okay? This is where we're going to put a teen center. It's a place where teens can come after school so they don't have to mill around in the streets. They'll have a place to go, a place to be focused. The Early Learning Center is right here, and that's in the green. The sports areas, we have a gym here with full locker rooms and a coach's room, and then up here is a weight room. I'll stick down on the first level. And the community center is comprised of some entry and some spaces for the community to meet and utilize. Of course, it's a community center. It's not always going to be just one thing and not the other. So there's going to be some mixing in that. The purple right here is the before and after school programs. You've got computer labs. We have dance. We have craft rooms. We've got an active arcade. We've got tutoring center. A lot of program elements are in this building. The orange right here, some administrative spaces, of course, are necessary for the functions of the building itself. And I talked a little bit more about, or a little bit less about the tenant improvement spaces. But we've, through talking with Sheila, we found that University Place has a need for, you know, a pediatric urgent care, or a place where kids can come and kind of have a one-stop shop to maybe get their eyes checked out and get some dental checkup, or maybe that pediatric urgent care. These are some of the program spaces that we plan for in the community center itself. The next slide you'll see is one of our concepts for the sport arena. Now, it looks big because it has to be. We need space for a soccer field. So it looks tall, but it does complement very well with the community center that we've already shown. In this building, it's been planned to have the program elements that we've had here is an indoor soccer field. We're envisioning that it'd be about 75 foot by 190 feet. We'd hope to get some ticketing concessions in there, and the potential for some offices as well. So altogether, this comprises two phases. The first phase being the community center and site work that Gary talked about, and the second phase being the sport complex. So we hope that as we go along tonight that you find, as we have, this is a very exciting project with a lot of potential to reach a lot of kids. And that, as Madonna said, is the purpose of tonight. Reach out for the kids, give them a place to be, give them a place to be kids, and give them a place to take pride in and to connect with others in the community. So thank you all for your time, and I'll turn it back over to Madonna. Or